Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's crackin'? What's percolating? What's really good? It's your man Theo Butler. Welcome to What a Week It Was Wednesday with the Rock with Me Nation. I know I'm late. I'm apologizing. The Avatar Bash was having an issue, so we needed to go ahead and take care of the Avatar Bash. It's crazy. We get more bass representation at the house. Never mind. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. You like, leave a comment. You don't like, leave a constructive comment. I think that's it. We got a fire show tonight. I do. I think we got a fire show tonight. I think we got some stuff. I'm hoping, praying that's gonna move the needle. I see we got some more members to the channel, added some more members to the channel and everything. Thank y'all so much for subscribing, by the way. But yeah, we are in here. It's Wednesday. It is What a Week It Was Wednesday. I'm gonna check, make sure we're listed, because we want to make sure, if nothing else, that folks, we live. We live. Folks can see us. All right. I know y'all like Theo. What's going on? What is going on, Kamoyo King, the president of the Black Panther fan group, is in the building. And I just want to go ahead and say, let me go ahead and put this on, because reading is what it is. We got Mr. Ray Smith. Yeah, because he know why I'm looking crazy. I know it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And that man, that man is a busy brother. But yeah, so I think we got a great show tonight. We're gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna talk about some great stuff, and we're gonna make a request. We're gonna make a request to the entire Rock With Me Nation. Yeah, we're gonna make a request. We're gonna make a request. We're gonna make a request to the Rock With Me Nation on behalf of the Rock With Me Nation. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But before we get to that and everything like that, let's go ahead and go over tonight's topics. Like I said, I think we got a great show tonight. Of course, I think that. That's what I think. I done thought a lot of things in my life. They ain't always been right. I ain't saying what I'm saying. What's going on, Big Chad? Big Chad. That's the man right there. That's the action figure guru right there. Big Chad. That's the action figure guru right there. Big Chad is in the building. And speaking of Big Chad, shout out to Art Man Customs. God damn it. Say, Theo. No. You gotta acknowledge brothers and sisters in the community when they be doing stuff that's impactful to the community. You got to do that. And Art Man Customs, brother out there on the West Coast, college student and everything like that, look at him. He didn't bless Mr. Ray Smith with the Eve Ewing, Dr. Eve Ewing shield. Yeah, he got that. Yeah, I told you we was on it. He didn't also bless Mr. Smith with an Akibe head sculpt. Yes, the Rock With Me Nation. That's how we do it. Who else asking for an Akibe head sculpt? Yeah, everybody talking about, oh, Denzel gonna be, oh, who asking for it? Who gonna make sure you got the representation of a, who done did that? The Rock With Me Nation. The Rock With Me Nation. Yeah, that's us. That's us right there. Yeah. And because the Rock With Me Nation requested this. We requested these head sculpts for Black Panther fans. That's what we did. He got Lady Nightshade. Yep. Akibe and Lady Nightshade. Okoye from Brian Hill's run on Ultimate Black Panther got that head sculpt. The Rock With Me Nation. Y'all better hit that subscribe button. Y'all better hit that. y'all better hit that subscribe button. Y'all better go ahead, cause see, we ain't interested. It will just show up on the MCU. No, we don't care about that. We don't care about the black characters that's showing up in the MCU. We care about them characters that's not showing up in the MCU. We need them in our house as well. So shout out to Artman Customs for making that possible. He also has, he working on it. He working on it. So hold what you got. He's also working on a bass head sculpt. Yes, bass in the Zinze form. You know, Zinze is bass. Yeah. My dog working on that. So shout out to the young man and everything like that. Black-owned business. Black-owned business. Artman Customs over there on Instagram and everything like that. Give a brother a follow and everything like that. Let him know you see his work. He's doing some amazing stuff. We actually go over one of his head sculpts tonight, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, shout out to that and everything like that. I see y'all pulling up in there and everything like that. We got 6, so we in the mix. We can make it do what it's gonna do. So yeah, not a political channel, but a socially conscious channel. woke channel, if you will. Now, I've been made aware in my lifetime of some contributions that folks have made to American history. You have too. You have, right? You can like that. Not all these folks look like us. They don't. I know me being who I am, one of the most influential, well, I'm not going to say influential. I ain't going to say that. But a person that sticks out in my mind that made a contribution to America, and maybe it's because I'm a Marine. Mr. Ray Smith gonna laugh. Everybody that's around about my age group gonna laugh. Because I ain't gonna tell the name. I'm just gonna sing the damn song. Like I said, maybe it's because I'm a Marine. But we celebrate this dude. We celebrate that dude. We celebrate that whole damn fighter squadron. We do. We do. Had a damn TV show dedicated to that dude and that fighter squadron. We are poor little lambs who have lost our way. Ba, ba, ba. I know I ain't the only one. I know damn good well I ain't the only one. I know damn good well I ain't the only one that used to get crunk. What is it, Robert Conrad? I know damn good well I ain't the only one. You remember he was on the Wild Wild West too? No, I know I ain't the only one. I ain't finna do that. I never felt bad. Did you feel bad acknowledging that? I didn't feel bad. But folks feel bad about our contributions. Folks feel some type of way about mentioning us. And I find it funny. I would love to tell you I get mad about it. I find it absolutely hysterical. Say, Theo, why? Tell me just how fragile you are. It tell me how fragile you are. Your ego is. See, it ain't about reality. It's about you being soft as drugstore cotton. You want to be the only one but you're not. You never were. Ain't you running stuff now? You effing stuff up right now. You've always effed stuff up. Historically, that's what you do. F stuff up. Now you be effing up your own stuff, trying to be concerned about the dude that looked like he's slow. What his name? What the boy name? X. What his name? Elon Musty. How stupid can you be? Just go somewhere and chill. Oh no, you want to get into the political arena, not the entertainment arena. That's a safe move. That's a safe move. Go to the entertainment arena. No, you want to. The sad part about it is you from Africa, you white, your parents were there doing apartheid. Go somewhere and touch your nose. No, you want to get now look at you looking stupid. You looking stupid. Tesla stock looking stupid. The American economy looking stupid. It's a whole bunch of stupidity. Mr. Ray Smith would call it willful stupidity, but stupid nonetheless. Yes, a whole bunch of stupidity. Thus, when they went to the part where they felt like they needed to remove references to Harriet Tubman from the Underground Railroad page, I'm like, she still did them. So which one of y'all so sensitive that Harriet Tubman's accomplishments hurt your feelings as a man? Because one of y'all fragile as hell over there. Which one of y'all was so fragile? Because your family, no woman in your family did something like this. This hurt you. You got triggered. Matter of fact, it's a damn shame. You would think as much as folks act like our mere presence over here in America triggers them, they'd just left us the hell on over there where we was. I said it once. I say it again. If I don't like you, I don't want you nowhere around me. I don't like you. I don't trust you. I consider you to be insignificant, inferior. No, I don't want you on my property. I don't want you tending to my fields. I don't pick no cotton for me. Don't shuck no corn for me. Leave my children alone. Get out my house. Don't touch my clothes. You can't take me nowhere. Horseback ride, horse buggy ride. No, I don't want you doing nothing for me. Don't cook for me. Don't sew for me. That's how what? No, I'm the only one. You let me know now. I'm the only one. It's folks right now. You don't talk to them. You don't talk to them. You don't go. When the last time you asked somebody that you didn't like to come over to your house and kick the bobo? When the last time you asked somebody you ain't like to watch your children? I said it, children. When last time you did that? When the last time you let somebody you don't like, you don't trust, cook your food? No. Here we go. I'll be even gruesome with it. When the last time, never, just never. But when was the last time you ever thought it was a good idea to take the remains of somebody you don't like and wear them as a good luck charm? You don't like them. I don't want to wear anything that belongs to you if I don't like you, including you. No. And it's certain foods we don't like, right? It's certain food. Theo, do you like liver? No. Would you eat liver? Hell no. Well, what if liver is the only meat you have in your house? I guess we going vegetarian. So Theo, what you saying? I'm not consuming nothing I don't like. So Theo, what you saying? You heard what I said. For folks not to like folks do a lot of stuff that they like with said folks that they don't like. That's all I'm saying. Even when said folks then got up and started their own damn community. Yeah, I would love to tell y'all I don't remember being told these stories by my great grandmother and everything like that. Of course, I would be lying. Yes, okay, I had a great grandmother. Anyway, historically speaking, we didn't got up and left. I think that's why folks had such an issue with the Krakoa age of the X-Men. Theo, don't do it. No, you ain't see what the X-Men did. So I was the only one that caught that. So the X-Men, who are an allegory for social injustice anyway, yes, they are. You can say whatever you want to. They're an allegory for it. So you mean to tell me you didn't catch it when they said, you know what, we sick and tired of being sick and tired, so we just finna get up and leave. I already knew how that was going to turn out. I said, yeah. Historically speaking, how does that work out? We're literally watching this play out right now in real time. What you mean? Russia, Ukraine. What do Ukraine do? Get up and leave. What is Russia trying to do right now? Bring them back. Every time the oppressed get up and leave and go about their damn business, at some point in time, here come the oppressor to spin the bottle. You don't like us. And we're fine with that. But common sense dictates that if you don't like something, you leave it the hell alone. If you think it's dangerous, you leave it the hell alone. I think bears are dangerous. I think bears are dangerous. I think sharks are dangerous. Right. So with that being said, no, I don't go camping. What for? I got a big living room right there. It's yard in the back. I can go camping right there. Ain't no bears around here. But in the woods, why would I put my fate in their hands? I don't like them. I don't trust them. I don't. The only good bear to me is a bear way down yonder somewhere, and it's some stuff separating us. That's it. Same damn thing with a shark. Get on a boat for what? I know how to swim. That's not the problem. I can float for 5 minutes. That's not the issue. No, it's the stuff in the water. Let me stay where I'm at. I'm gonna keep up with these notes, and then we're gonna continue on with the show. Man, I appreciate y'all pulling up tonight. Y'all ain't have to. We in here. We in here for a good time, not for a long time. What is going on? We got Kamoyo, Mr. Ray Smith in the building, Big Chad. I see you, Grand Madam Tarot, the lovely Grand Madam Tarot is in the building. Yeah, we in here. Problem is they have generations of enablers giving birth to this. Man, they're gonna have to do something. Had to educate someone about the black jabs and the underground road. Man, listen. Once again, that's how we keep our history oral. Right. So that was my thoughts on that and everything like that. When folks want to move like that, they really tell me how fragile they are in regards to their ego. So me, when I look at it, it's just, as I tell my wife, you don't keep something down that's down. That's wasted energy. It's already down. No, you keep something down that's rising up. That's what you do. You want to keep the thing that has the capability, as they say, the ceiling to rise up. That's the thing that you keep down. No, you ain't stomping. You ain't holding nothing down that ain't going nowhere. That ain't what you're doing. No, that ain't what you're doing. So to me, while folks go above and beyond to try and make it sink, no, you're afraid. You're afraid. Which the thing is, If nothing else, we're benevolent people. So what you have to fear, I don't know. You're the one that wages war all throughout history. You're the one that's waging war right now today. You're the one that wages war from continent to continent. I didn't say that. You wrote that. You wrote that in the Encyclopedia Britannica. I didn't write that. I didn't write them history books. I wasn't teaching class. That ain't what I was doing. We was right there in Africa. I know some of us, for those that say they weren't, this don't apply to you. Me and mine was over in Africa minding our damn business. Yeah, we was over there messing with each other over there in Africa. You the one came over to Africa needing help. I don't have a stand-up routine and everything like that, but that's the epitome of damn laziness. You leave your home, you move someplace else that's already occupied. You cut a Godfather deal to get those folks to leave their place of residence so you can move in. That's after these folks then helped you establish a way of life at their residence. But you offer them a Godfather deal. They don't resist it. So you move in. You, your mama, your daddy, brother, sister, nieces, nephews, cousins. You move in the whole damn family. You got it. You got it good. You got it made in the neighborhood. But you lazy as hell though. You lazy as hell. Like, I can't have no 5-acre property and I'm finna go get help from folks I don't like, don't trust. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not. I don't. No. And you did it. All this that you feel like going on right now in America, it's your fault. You should have left well enough alone. You literally had it. You had it. And because your ego, you literally went, because you didn't go back home and go get no folks. You ain't go back home and get folks you could have got. You ain't go back home and get nobody that look like you. You ain't go back home and get nobody you more comfortable with. You ain't because you had left home. You could have easily went back home and got some folks you was good with. No, that ain't what you did. After you left your home, went to somebody else's home, gave them a Godfather deal, thus it became your home. You then turned around and went to somebody else's home. That's what you did. And you said, because it don't make no damn sense. You don't like them. You don't trust them. You can't speak their damn language. You literally got to go through hell and high water to get folks that still in 2025 to this day still ain't acting the way you want them to act. You literally brought them damn people over to your damn new place of residence. The rest is history. Like, that's the dumbest move in history. Because if I asked individuals today, would you hire somebody you don't like? No. Will you let somebody you don't like, you don't trust, around your wife and children? No. Would you allow the female version of the person you don't like, don't trust, can't stand, absolutely disgusted by? Would you let them breastfeed your children? Hell no. What about let them cook your food? And you know I ain't lying. We got exes right now. You wouldn't let them touch a damn thing in your house. Stop it. It's folks right now. It's on site with you and they ain't done a damn thing to you. Keep on with these notes and everything like this. What you say? Mr. Martin say he here on CP time. It's all good, Mr. Martin. All right. Like I said, I think we got a great show tonight. Season the Throne, a Rock With Me Nation movement. Yeah, Season the Throne. It's a rock. Oh, why? That's got to be a Rock With Me Nation movement. The worthiness of a mantle. Oh yeah, I'm finna enjoy this right here. What say, Theo? I said, hold on, because I'm finna enjoy this right here. Hold on. Give me a second. Good boy, I'm finna enjoy this right here. Get your pen and paper out, because we going to school this evening. All right, let's talk about it. Let's get off into it. Season the Throne. Yeah, why that is a Rock With Me Nation movement, not just a statement. The worthiness of the mantle, because that's what they say, right? That's what they said. That's get your pen and paper out, because we're gonna talk about that daggone thing. All right, where's Monica Rambeau, and why aren't we asking? Storm issue 7. We got the storm gods, Mama Ragan, Sango, Susanu, Chak, and Thor. But what's your real question though? Because I know it's another question floating out there. Discussions. Catching up on Akugan, we wrap that series up. Icon versus Hardware, we wrap that series up. Static Shadows of Dakota issue 6, and Black Panther Man Without Fear issue 519. We get our thoughts and everything, see where we're at with that. Also, toy news, customs, and kit bashes for us. Yeah. In this day and age, we got going on. What's going on, Professor Film? In this day and age, we got going on. We see folks pulling back on action figures and everything like that. And now, Mr. Ray Smith, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I heard today. Shout out to Dan's reviews and everything like that. I'll be keeping up with him and everything like that. Cardiac might be on the way. Cardiac, a Marvel Legends Cardiac figure, might be on the way. So yeah, y'all, I will keep y'all in the know with that. Shout out to Dan Reviews, Action Figure Reviews. Appreciate you, good looking Dan. I like Dan. I like folks just by and large keep it a buck, give you some humor and everything like that. Don't take stuff personal unless you make it personal. So yeah, shout out to Dan and everything like that. So yeah, Cardiac might be on the way later on this year. That's one. So Mr. Ray Smith, just wanted to let you know that before I forget. So let's talk about it. First thing in the news. Season the Throne. Now I see we got 9 people here. That's okay. That's fine. Bigger than us though. So if you were here last night when we talked about Ryan Coogler's interview on the Breakfast Club and everything, thank you so much for pulling up. Did not have to do that. So where are we at? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I apologize for that. So, where are we at? As Black Panther fans, where are we at in 2025 as Black Panther fans? Since the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman in 2020. Where are we at as Black Panther fans in 2025 in comparison to where we were in 2022 when Black Panther 2 came out? I asked that question because of this. You're a Black Panther fan. I'm a Black Panther fan. And if you're like me, you're frustrated. You're frustrated because you're seeing things being done with something you care about. And you're not wrong for caring about it. As I've told people before, we all care about certain things. And woe to the person that trifles with what you care about, regardless of what it is. Regardless of what it is. I know some folks right now, if you mess with their baseball cards, all hell finna break loose. I know some folks that if you interrupt them when they soap operas coming on, all hell finna break loose. And that's what they love. So since 2020, because we could easily go back there, we watched folks misspeak, make money, mad money, but misspeak. Because when we say Black Panther, folks think it's about just specifically T'Challa, not realizing that we're looking at the entire representation of not only just Wakanda, but Black characters, period. Well, who speaks? Who speaks? Who asks? Who makes statements? Now, all these folks can say that they're fans of Black Panther. Well, I know what it's like to be a fan of something. Like I said, I know somebody I was a friend with, we're no longer friends because they didn't like what I said about LeBron James. It's safe to say I think his name is KC. Yeah, I'm mentioning names. I don't care. His name KC. Boys used to go to the clubs together. I make a statement about LeBron James. Oh, I'm every damn thing under the sun. I'm like, which one of us do you know more? Me or LeBron James? Have you met LeBron James? You know Savannah? For you to take it there? That I got to get called out like my name on social media because I made a critical assessment of LeBron James' play? Well, it's safe to say he's a fan of LeBron James. Like, I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want to believe. No, he care about LeBron James. Okay. Well, how many folks, because I get so sick and damn tired of this, well, they can't say nothing. That don't mean you can't ask the damn question. Because how many Black Panther fans how many celebrities are Black Panther fans? That they let it slip out their mouth, they Black Panther fans. That they superhero fans. I ain't talking about every celebrity. Oh no, I'm talking about Black celebrities. But as the dude would say, Black. No. Ain't not one damn person that interviewed the folks, whether we talking Nate Moore, Ryan Coogler, Kevin Feige, ain't not one person asked them the proper damn question. And I don't care who asked them. I don't care who asked them. But they said they were Black Panther fans. Did they move like they were Black Panther fans? No, they did not. And who is steadily seen as Black Panther experts? Feige, Moore, and Coogler. Well, this is when I make a request on behalf of Black Panther fans everywhere. We got to seize the throne. We got to seize the throne. It's just that simple. We have to seize the throne. They can't talk for us anymore. We need somebody to talk, but we don't need somebody just to talk. We need that person to be out in front. And when I say out in front, that person needs to be speaking to somebody that's up there. We all know somebody on this level, that level, whatever level. What we got to do is get our message elevated. It ain't just on me. Darryl works at a radio station. He's done what he can do. He's going as far as he can. I'm here. I'm going, but we know it's other levels. Well, Ryan Coogler should never be able to speak on the Breakfast Club about T'Challa without somebody speaking to the Breakfast Club on behalf of a T'Challa fan, on behalf of the Black Panther fan group. And that's the problem. Way too many of them are talking and seizing the national stage, talking for us when they don't represent us. They don't. Speaking as if they're knowledgeable about us when they actually don't give two damns. See, it should be somebody easily able to say to a reporter when Anthony Mackie goes out and start talking about X-Men villains. It should be a brother or sister able to say, no, Anthony, here are your Captain America villains. Not just have him. And if he's got an interview, hey, Anthony, yeah, I saw that interview that you did. Do you know your Captain America villains? And not just let him smile his way through the damn interview. Not just know, do you know who the captain? Because Anthony Mackie does represent us, whether he likes it or not, whether we want to believe it or not, and that looks dumb as hell. Here you are playing a role, the titular role of a character, and you've been at this role for long enough where you should know who Captain America villains are. You should know who Steve Rogers villains are. Them comic books sit right there. But no more tap dancing damn interviews. No, we need folks, interviewers that's going to ask the tough ass questions. If you can't ask the tough question, don't ask it. But we know they're going to do what they're going to do for reviews to get their ratings up. Well, we need our own platform. Marvel Inside Up ain't got a whole damn YouTube channel. We need that platform. We need that national audience so we can not only address our concerns, but show our intelligence at the same damn time. I don't know what we got to do it, but I'm asking everybody. I'm asking everybody. Yeah, somebody asked me, Theo, what about your role? I know where I live at, but if we remember what T-Pain went through, we know where T-Pain live at right now, because I know where he's from. But do we know where he live at right now? We know why he left. No shade, but there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. So, hey, talk to somebody. Get with somebody. Let somebody know we're knowledgeable. We're no different than anybody else. We know more than what's going on than what the casual person know what's going on. And we want to be able to speak on it. We want to be able to talk to it. And there is significance to these characters, regardless of what some folks. I'm sorry, I got some in my eye. Regardless of what some folks want to say. Because some of y'all named after these characters, right? Some of y'all got pajamas with these characters on them, right? Some of y'all know these characters' damn stories, right? And some of y'all got a representation of these characters in your home, so we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm going to keep up with these notes. We're going to keep the party rolling. What is going on, Chaka2 in the building? What's going on, Big Chaka2? What's going on? From Philly, what's going on? What's going on, Big Dog? Thank you so much for pulling up. Ronnie, I see you, big guy. I see you. I see you. Yeah, we're still without a Black Panther. Exactly. We're still without a Black Panther in 2025. So this is a all hands on deck request. That's what that is. We need to do what we got to do. We need to be on the TMZ. We need to be on the BET. Jamel Hill need to come holler at us. We need to be on the Breakfast Club. And Charlamagne the God don't need to be running. Yeah, we need to be sitting up there in front of Roland Martin and all these other so-called folks that's knowledgeable about every damn thing. No, you don't get to speak on this because you don't. Ryan Clark need to be interviewing one of us. Shannon Sharp need to be hollering at one of us instead of asking everybody else about our stuff. Because I don't think I'm asking Ryan Coogler no basketball question. I don't think that's what I'm doing. I don't think I'm asking Charlamagne the God no football questions. Hell, I don't even think I can ask Charlamagne the God how to mix music. Moving right along. The worthiness of a mantle. Can we talk about it? The worthiness of a mantle. Yes, good God Almighty Jesus. Pen and paper time. Oh, we finna go to school now. Oh, we finna go to school now. Yes, we finna go to school. Pen and paper time. The worthiness of a mantle, because they say it's just a mantle. That's what they say. And I didn't address this on more than one occasion, but today I felt there was a new way I could address this so that we can have it, so that you can have it. The next time somebody say that it's a mantle, because I'm all about when folks like Ryan Coogler and Nate Moore say it's just a mantle. See, if folks was doing their job when they were having the interviews, they would ask them, well, who all won it? But see, you don't get the question, who all has won it. Oh, no, you just got somebody chuckling, somebody grinning, somebody showing all their damn teeth, come out, somebody nodding their damn head. No, we need the tough-ass questions. Because, see, you asking this question on behalf of Black Panther fans, Chadwick Boseman fans, because this low-key a recast question. Well, if you're going to ask the question, I like how attorneys get down. You should already know the answer. But we ain't doing that. So tonight, we're going to break down the worthiness of the mantle. As in, is it even worth us saying they wore the mantle? Right. So pen and paper, if you want to start recording this part of the video, you can definitely do that. This is a teachable moment. It absolutely is. So without further ado, I'm going to don these reading goggles real here. Make sure I keep up with the notes. So here we go. Mosi. Now, if we're speaking comic book lore, what's going on? What's going on, student? What's going on? Mosi. We're talking comic book chronology, right? Not real time. Because we do know that Mosi is the first Black Panther. Amen. Yeah, he the first. He the first. Now, I want to preface this by saying we do realize, shouts out from Kenya, I'm a movie producer. What's going on? Oh, Lord, I love that. What's going on, Big Legend? 1225. Thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you so much. We do know, or if you don't, T'Challa was created in 1966. That's 2 years before I was born. And if I'm turning 57 this year, then T'Challa is damn near 60. T'Challa damn near 60. So T'Challa being created in 1966, we start having troubles with T'Challa in the comic books until Jonathan Ridley. Coincides with the unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman. Coincides with the announcement from Kevin Feige. That's when we start seeing T'Challa get treated like trash in ways he never got treated. So that would be around 2022. But I asked the question, Mosi, that's the first Black Panther. When was he created? And not only when was he created, how many comic books has he showed up in? Well, Mosi didn't show up until 2017. Mosi does not have one comic book dedicated to him. Not one. He showed up with the BC Avengers, but he doesn't have one comic book dedicated to him. And when he first showed up, he didn't even have a name. 2017. Yeah, I get it. I hear it. It's a mantle. But are we really saying he wore it? Or are we just saying he wore it to cover up the fact that T'Challa's ancestry goes all the way back to 1 million BC? And because we were getting ready to do a story about the 1 million BC Avengers and we wanted to put a Black Panther in it, that's what we did. But we didn't think enough to give that Black Panther a name until years later. Mosi. Not one standalone issue. So did he really wear the mantle? Or we just saying he a Black Panther? All right, let's keep the party rolling. We don't want to belabor that point. By the way, if you're looking for the comic book Mosi debuted in, it would be Marvel Legacy issue 1. Came out September 2017. Bashinga. That name should sound familiar. Because up until Mosi, Bashinga was seen as the first Black Panther. Yeah, we didn't retcon this whole damn thing. So we got Bashinga. 1977. No, first of all, let me do this real quick. Somebody got a calculator? Somebody got a calculator? Because I want to ask the question. We say 2017 for Mosi. Theo, what? No, 2017. 2017. Hold on, let me go back. 2017 minus 1966. Say, Theo, did y'all do that? Did y'all add that up? Did y'all subtract 1966 from 2020 from 2025? I mean, say for 2017, because that's mostly showed up 27. Did y'all do that? That's 51 years. That's 51 years after T'Challa showed up. It's just a mantle though, right? 49, it's just a mantle though, right? It's just a mantle? Okay, all right. Damn, that's crazy. Bashinga, 1977. That's 11 years after T'Challa debut. 11. Do you know how many standalone issues Bashinga has? None. None. Aside from us wanting to say prior to Mosi, he was the first Black Panther to give T'Challa some much needed backstory. Bashinga don't have a story. We know enough about Bashinga to fill up a paragraph. What? Oh yeah. Well, let's see. Him and his children forged the spirit of Bashinga. Right. Forces were invading Wakanda from a alternate dimension. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he waited for those energies to come through the alternate dimension. They struck the spear. He threw the spear, and where he threw the spear, where it landed, that's where Wakanda was formed. That's it. No comic book. We don't even know the name of his two children. We do know he had a daughter and a son. Oh, no, name. Nothing. Mind you, he was created in 1977. Ain't nobody advanced that story. Is it really a mantle? Is it really a mantle? Or is it we just doing stuff just to fill out T'Challa's backstory? Because we know ever since there's been a Black Panther, it was his family that protected Wakanda. And nobody that's his ancestor, old age, that's not how they left him. Okay, well, let's keep going. I'm gonna keep up with these notes simultaneously. Groovy P in the building, what's going on? Who next? Who we got? Now, mind you, Bashinga was the second Black Panther. Mosi, Bashinga. But now, who was created first? Who? At least by 11 years, right? Okay. The third one would have been Negus. Niggas was created in 2017 too. Quite a few of them. Yeah. Black Panther Volume 6, Issue 14, May 2017. Niggas. He ain't got no comic book. He show up in less pages than Bashinga do. he ain't got no standalone issue. 2017. What we say? 51. 51 years. He can't be that daggum relevant if it took 51 years for somebody to create him after T'Challa was created. But 51 years. 2017. Do you know how relevant he was? Say, Theo, don't do it. Oh, no, I'm going to help you out. The movie came out in 2018. He and Mosi, right? Him and Mosi, they were created in 2017. You hear anything? Like when you went to the movie, both of them, you get you some Mosi? You ain't get you no Mosi? You ain't get you no Mosi in 2017? What about niggas? You ain't get you no niggas? Because by the time the movie come out, we know it's not Bashinga that's the first Black Panther. So yeah, you got me sitting up in the movie theater like, that's not right. Because they told you it was Bashinga, right? Movie came out, what, February 2018? Yeah, Mosi was the Black Panther 2017. He the first one. Ain't tell you? I thought it was just a mantle. It's crazy. I got 2 Black Panthers popping up. Mosi, niggas, 51 years after the first dude popped up. And ain't either one of them, it's 2025, by the way. It's 8 years later. Neither one of them has had a standalone comic book. Not even when you got folks, whether they be content creators, comic book reviewers, movie directors, movie stars, movie executives, folks from the editorial department, even though folks go so hard to convince you it's just a damn mantle, they ain't even moving like it's a mantle. That's not how they moving. Them cats ain't got no standalone comic book. Nothing. Nada. No. So is it really just a mantle? Because that ain't how folks move. We ain't moving like these other characters are significant when it comes to being Black Panthers. You keep the party rolling. I'm going to keep up with these notes while I do this. Hey, Mr. Theo B. Mosi has an unofficial fan fiction comic book telling his origin story I wrote. That's what's up. We ain't getting shit like real. Student of the game, they'd rather make the last dance about those who wore number 23 before Michael Jordan. I mean, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. So, who else we got? Queen Turkana. I like her. They say it's just a mantle. That's what they told you. You know what would make it seem like it was more if it was just a mantle? If when they said it was just a mantle, aside from them telling you Shorty wore it, Eric wore it, everybody know that. That's I don't want to say that's damn near common knowledge, but no. When you want to impress folks and say, oh, it's just a mantle, quite a few others than T'Challa have worn it. Why you not mentioning these other folks? Like, this be being petty. You know how impressive it would be if a woman was saying it was just a mantle and she don't mention Shorty. She mentioned either Turkana or she mentioned the Honda and then give you some backstory. You be like, oh, shit. Or a dude, when a dude say, oh, it's just a mantle, he be able to say something to you about Hunan. You be like, whoa, wait, who? Or, hell, impress the hell out of me all the damn way. Say something about King Zentral. But no, they just tell you it's just a mantle. More than T'Challa has worn it. Okay, who? That's a fair question. Who and what have they done as the Black Panther? You should be able to say that, right? Right? If I tell you more than Clark has worn the red cape and you ask me who, I should be able to say, well, I got Cyborg Superman. You're going to be like, okay, all right. I got the Eradicator. You're going to be like, okay, all right. I got John Henry Iron. Okay. I think his niece then worn it and everything. You can be like, oh, okay. You know so. If I tell you that it's more than Bruce then worn the Batman cowl, you gonna be like, who? If I say to you, well, everybody didn't want it. You not really impressed. But if I say to you, well, Dick's worn it, Jason has worn it, Tim has worn it, Damian wore it in an alternate universe decades ago, and even Lucius Fox's son right now is rocking it. You be like, this motherfucker. Well, you know your shit. Okay. They should be able to tell you that when they say it's just a mantle. But you ain't never got that, have you? Nope, you ain't never got that. I always hit them with name 5, and you can't use T'Challa, Shooter, and Killmonger. Oh, you taking everything away from them when you say that. So, Queen Turkana, she was created in 2019. But chronologically speaking, according to Black Panther lore, she's the 5th Black Panther. Well, why we ain't got no stories with her in it? Because we don't. Not one standalone comic book, not now. I'm here, everybody. What's going on, big bro? What's going on? Be safe on the road, big bro. Be safe on the road. 2017. I'm sorry, 2019. And you know who comic book she showed up in? Which it makes me, I be looking crazy because I be like, well, how? Because, okay, so yes, I'm a Black Panther fan. That is what that is. But can we be honest and say that the Shooty comic book wasn't aimed at me? It wasn't aimed at me. It wasn't. The Shooty comic book was aimed at Black women who are comic book fans. That's who that was aimed at. No. But okay, but when was the last time you heard a Black woman say anything about Queen Turkana? Because she showed up in Shooty's book. It's 2025. And if you hearing this from me first, that's not right. That's not right at all. But Queen Turkana showed up in Shooty's book, issue 10, back in 2019. You give me the name. Give me the name of whosoever out there that's a Black Panther fan that they spoke on Queen Turkana. You know how they talk about this Black Panther game that's coming out and everything like that, and you can play as whosoever. Did they mention Queen Turkana? Because they say it's just a mantle. Has anybody asked besides the Rock With Me Nation what Queen Turkana had? Does it matter? Because when we trying to take away from T'Challa, we surely should have a story, a standalone, a one-shot with Queen Turkana in it. But the character was created in 2019. She showed up in a few panels. But 6 years later, 2019, right? 2025, 6 years later, whether you be a woman, whether you be a Black Panther fan, whether you be a woman that's a Black Panther fan, you ain't got her story. So when we say it's just a mantle, are we saying that to give it credibility, to explore T'Challa's family tree, or are we saying that to take away from T'Challa? Because I got questions. Of course, I know the answers to them. Once again, she showed up in 2019 in Shuri's book. who does not have her own solo title right now. And she's not the Black Panther. And she don't need a jetpack to fly. So stop doing that. Stop doing that. She don't need nothing to fly. She don't. And a strong argument could be made. She's faster than her brother when it comes to running. So stop doing that. Grow that character like you're supposed to grow that character. But back to Turkana. Okay. How many black? Where was she? Number 5. The 6th Black Panther would be King Zentral. Who knows about King Zentral? Who? Not to be confused with the New Day. Who is King Zentral? Do you know? Because we say it's just a mantle and he's worn it. Anybody that tells you it's just a mantle should be able to articulate who's worn it. And this is when I go back to that, the first thing when I said, we have got to seize the throne. Because see, Ryan Coogler ain't having this conversation with Charlemagne the God. Nate Moore ain't being pressed with these type of questions. Kevin Feige not being held accountable. No, we got everybody their mama skinning and grinning on behalf of us, and they don't represent us. Oh no, and I don't give a damn who it is, whether it's the interviewer, whether it's the interviewee. That's got to change. Comic book fans deserve to be represented too. And Marvel's not it. Those executives, not it. And let me say this to you movie directors. Stop taking a damn job if you don't know what you're doing or they finna tell you something that goes against the characterization. Lest we forget, somebody else was assigned the directorial responsibility for Black Panther. It was a black woman and she walked away from the project over creative differences. Think about it. Because if I look at that, and I'm so sorry I cannot remember her name, but if I think about the queens and how they represented this character, I'm of the mindset she would have gave us the best version of T'Challa we could have got in the MCU. Way better than what we got now. But she looked at what Marvel was trying to give us, no differently than quite a few of those directors and those writers had walked away from that Blade project. See, we don't think about that. They walked away from the Blade project because of creative differences with Marvel. And what did Marvel wanted to do? They wanted to make Bloodline front and center when it came to the Blade movie. Mahershala Ali wasn't going for that. Well, there was a queen in charge of Black Panther first. She didn't like what Marvel was suggesting, i.e. Nate Moore and Kevin Feige at the least. There was no Ryan Coogler at that point in time. She chalked up the deuces. So there's something to be said about integrity. Something to be said about it. But anyway, King Zentral, who was introduced in 2022. When did Black Panther 2 come out? Oh, 2022. Well, Theo, who is King Zentral? You mean to tell me one of those folks that said it was just a mantle couldn't tell you? Oh, we laugh about it over here with the Rock With Me Nation. Say, Theo, why you laugh? Because we had to do some reconstructive stuff when it came to King Zentral and the Black Panther that comes after him. Yeah, see, King Zentral, he was in love with a Jabari queen, or with the queen from the Jabari. Yeah, he was in love with her and everything like that. In the Jabari and the hyenas, how they get down. When the queen passed away and everything like that, they used the resurrection altar. Anybody talk to y'all about the resurrection? Anyway, they used the resurrection altar to bring her back and everything like that to seduce King Zentral. And he was about to turn over Wakanda control to the Jabari and the hyenas. He was about to, till Mamadou Fall came along. Yeah. Mamadou Fall came along. They used the Nagus beat. Yeah, the Negus beat. It's a drum beat that King Negus came up with to negate the negative aspects of vibranium in Wakanda. Yeah, he came up with that. But see, somebody that was telling you it was just a mantle should be able to tell you about King Negus. But anyway, Mamadou Fall used the Negus beat, fellow Wakandas and everything like that. He defeated King Zentra in combat. We don't talk about King Zentra. But who told you that story though? Like I said, pen and paper. Who told you that story? And I'm asking because see, you gotta know to know because King Zentra don't pop up in Karama Horn's book. He don't. Well, Theo, where did he pop up at? He pops up in Wakanda issue 2, November 2022, the same month the movie came out. With Theo, who comes? Well, I told you it's Mamadou Fall. You know how Mamadou Fall got here, right? They say it's just a mantle. They tell you anything about Mamadou Fall? But you say it's just a mantle. Well, Mamadou Fall would be one of those Black Panthers that does not have a solo issue to his name. But when was Mamadou Fall created? Because I told you King Zentra was created in 2022, right? November 2022. Okay. Well, Mamadou Fall was created in 2014. That's quite a few years after 1966. Say it with me one more time. Who was created in 1966? Oh, T'Challa. The closest Black Panther we got to him is Bashinga, 1977, as we know it right now. And Mamadou Fall comes after King Zentra, but was created before King Zentra, who was created November 2022 when folks want to say it's just a mantle. Mamadou Fall, New Avengers, Volume 3, Issue 18, May 2014. He, like everybody else that I mentioned thus far, he does not have his own solo comic. No one shot, no one issue, no number one, no 1 through 5 to speak of. No. He got a few panels. Okay. All right. I'm going to keep up with these notes and I'm going to keep going. Was it Ava DuVernay? Thank you. Back then, shows got canceled for not honoring the source material. Yeah. I'm sorry, Ray. Grown women don't have time for comic books unless their children are grown and gone or they men are deep into the comic. Yeah, pretty much. I thought Shooty comics were for little girls. It wasn't Grand Madam. It wasn't Grand Madam. It was y'all. I could low-key tell you, Karama Horns, World of Wakanda, I wasn't the target audience. I wasn't the target audience. I wasn't. It was, I got it. I like what I read. Not Karama Horn. I'm sorry. Roxanne Gay. Roxanne's Gay, World of Wakanda, that wasn't aimed at me. I wasn't the target audience. I was part of it because I'm a Black Panther fan, but that series wasn't aimed at me. That series was aimed at Black women. That series was aimed at Black women and members of the LGBTQ plus. Sure was. Wasn't aimed at me. I read it. I liked it, but it wasn't for me. It was for me. It was for me along the lines that I consider myself a Black Panther fan. But by and large, oh no, that wasn't for me. Still read it though. Still read it. Here we go. I like this one next right here. Because I didn't tell y'all, they didn't tell y'all, even though they say it's just a mantle. Did they tell y'all that Queen Turkana was King Negus's daughter? Did they tell y'all that? Because, we got this thing going on in the Black Panther family tree. We don't mind daughters coming representing, handling that business for pops and everything. Did they tell y'all that niggas and Turk and they don't have a car? Just think about that for a second. Because she actually went to go save him. Yeah, they called her the negotiator because he had been kidnapped. Yeah, she had to become the Black Panther, go get Pops. And then when Pops came back, he went back to being the Black Panther. They tell y'all that? That's crazy. Now Honda pops up May 2016. And I really want to tell you that when it comes to the popularity, at least to me, of all the previous Black Panthers, she's the most popular one. She ain't got no solo issue. (2014) is when she popped up. Mamadou Fall's daughter. No solo story, no solo issue. Yeah, we see her with the 1 million Avengers. We do. We get to see her and Thor as teammates. But I didn't see Thor all over the damn place. I ain't got her like that. God must have used angel wings when he created black women. I mean, I like that. I like that. We got Maverick in the building. What's going on, Rod Maverick? What's going on? What's going on? Glad you pulled up, big time. Glad you pulled up. So, who else we got? Because they say it's just a mantle. And I would like it to be, if it's just a mantle, you tell me that. You should be able to speak on it. Don't tell me it's just a mantle to take away from T'Challa being the Black Panther. If it's just a mantle, educate me on who all is wanted, right? Wouldn't you want to be like that? Okay, well, where we got right here? How many Black Panthers we got so far before we even get to T'Challa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7. You know anything about them? With 7 of them, we should at least have 70 comic books, 10 issues a piece. We should, but we don't. 5 issues a piece. We should, we don't. Or one shot. An anthology series. We should, but we don't. But folks keep telling us it's just a mantle. Prove it. Prove it. Because this looking like a mayonnaise sandwich. You telling me you got food at the house, but this ain't nothing but this 2 slices of bread with mayonnaise on it. Where the lettuce? Where the cheese at? Where the meat? Ham, turkey, roast beef? Where that at? Okay, keep going. King T'Challa. They're not gonna know nothing about him. They say it's just a mantle. He's wanted, but they can't tell you nothing about it. Theo, why not? Well, he don't show up in the comic books. Did you see that? You see that orange book behind me though? You see that orange book behind me? You see it? You see it? You see it real good? You see it? Okay, that book came out June 2022. That's what he showed up in. But it's just a mantle though, right? Well, we're not treating it like it's a mantle because the only character we acting like worth a damn at this particular point in time is the cat that we treat like trash. The cat that was created in 1966. Pun intended. Okay, keeping the party rolling. Ben Hazen. We've heard about Ben Hazen. Yeah, you had to have heard about Ben Hazen. You might not have known Ben Hazen was a Black Panther, but you do know Ben Hazen is a city in Wakanda. You know that. All right. Well, Ben Hazen was created in 2017. Black Panther, Volume 6, Issue 14. He showed up in 2017. Did you hear his name mentioned in the 2018 movie? Did you hear his name mentioned in the 2022 movie? When folks say it's just a mantle and others have worn it, Have you heard them mention his name since 2017? Like when they be doing these interviews and everything like that, and they let it come out their mouth, or they say they don't know why Black Panther fans so upset because others have worn it. Do they ever mention these names? I think that's a fair question. And if they don't, why not? Because they're telling you it's just a mantle to take away from T'Challa. Well, you should be able to tell me who all is worn it and what they've done, if that's what that is. Okay, King Hunan. And that name is just funny for a whole bunch of reasons. He was created in 2012. That's 6 years before the movie. No, he does not have a comic book dedicated to him. No solo, no one shot. He don't have a story dedicated to him. You know, the short story? Oh no, he don't have that. But he was created in 2012. That's 6 years before the movie. Anybody mention him? What about the folks that's coming up with the new video game, Black Panther video game? When they said you can play as, did they mention any of these Black Panthers? When they was excited doing their Instagram videos, their TikTok videos and everything, trying to get you crunk as a Black Panther fan, did they mention any of these names? Or did they just say, oh, let me see, M'Baku, I ain't came across his name yet, N'Jadaka, Killmonger, but that's a Black Panther enemy, foe, villain. Hell, both of them are. Shorty, okay, well, she's been the Black Panther. Okoye, that's Adora Milaje. So what are we doing? We don't want to give Adora Milaje their own video game? We don't think our daughters would like to play Adora Milaje video game? Well, you could play as Shorty, because low-key Shorty is a part of the Dora Milaje. We don't think we could get something going with our daughters like that? You really could play as anybody then. Definitely could create your own Dora Milaje. And based on what Karama Horn wrote last night, that Dora would have, you can select your own attributes for that Dora, make your own individual. We don't think we can get no money like that. A female. Ladies, I apologize. Driven game. A female lead character. Nothing but female lead characters. Never mind. Okay. So we got Hunan. He popped up July 2012. Fantastic Four issue 608. What about Queen T'Challa? I'm sorry, King T'Challa. That was July 2012 too. It's crazy. I'm thinking him and Hunan showed up at the same damn time. So in essence, we should have been able to talk about him in either one of the Black Panther movies. That didn't happen, though, did it? And even when these other dudes get asked these questions, Ryan Coogler and Nate Moore, and they say, well, you know, it's just a mantle. They never mention the names. And it's especially ironic to me when Nate Moore says it's just a mantle. When you go back to his very first interview, standing on the red carpet, and he says out his own damn mouth, we knew for folks to fall in love with Wakanda, they first had to fall in love with T'Challa. Anyway, we getting somewhere right now. I like this one. What about King M'Telly? Hey, Dr. Ewan, how you doing this evening? What about King M'Telly? Why they don't mention him? Because low-key, this is the dude responsible for the formation of the Hatut Zadaze. When was he created again? 2023. That's just last year. But T'Challa was created in 1966. Now, I'm going to give it up to Dr. Eve Ewing. It's in T'Challa's book, but you know what we got? We got a King M'Tele story. Yeah, we got a King M'Tele story. Imagine that. In T'Challa's book. It's still T'Challa's book. Formation of the Hattusilize takes on Kivisi Ma. Yeah. Has a friend that used to be the leader of the Hattusilize named Ndozi. Ndozi becomes Kivisi Ma because he just got this spirit in him. Kind of similar to the spirit that Eric got in him, but that's besides the point. But yeah. Because I done seen quite a few comic book reviewers, content creators tell you it's just a mantle, but ain't dropped no names. In essence, stuff out of context, if you will. Let's keep this party rolling. Who would be after M'Tele? Do we need to say it? Who is M'Tele's son? Come on now. Don't make me do that. Who is M'Tele's son? It's Azuri. How many comics has Azuri been in them? Oh, he was in a whole damn series, huh? Flags of Our Fathers. You know, the story that the video game is very loosely based on. But it was Azuri. You, at the very least, you'd like to think they can tell you who Azuri is. You don't get that name, do you? Especially when you think about that's how Cap got the vibranium for the shield. No. And you know that's no. Okay, let's keep the party rolling. Who come after Azuri? Oh, T'Chaka. We ain't at, when did T'Chaka show up though, right? That's T'Challa's father, right? T'Challa was created in 1966, right? Okay, let's see. (1966). You know that makes sense. But let me, you know what's ironic about that? When they say it's just a mantle, do they ever tell you T'Chaka wore it? That's funny, because that should be the easiest damn thing they can say. No, they always go to Shorty. They never mention him. Why you think they don't mention T'Chaka having worn the mantle? This is folks telling on themselves. Why do you think they never mention T'Chaka having worn the mantle? Because they never seen him wear it. Say what? No, see, it's one of those things where you can try, where you say stuff that's relatable. Well, if I'm an MCU fan, I don't know that T'Chaka's ever been the Black Panther. I don't know that. And if I'm low-key pushing an agenda for Marvel, why would I even mention that? The casual fan is not going to relate to the fact that his son is now becoming the king. Because what does T'Challa say? I've been the protector of Wakanda. What that would tell you and I is that T'Chaka dropped the sword to T'Challa. That's what that would tell us. The casual fan doesn't know how that play out though. Don't know. Can't care. But those who keep saying it's just a mantle, they never say T'Chaka wore. Might that be because to a degree they're more so MCU fans than comic book fans? I ain't asking, I'm just asking. But it does make sense that T'Chaka was created in 1966. It absolutely does. But Sion, they don't know who the hell that is. They're not going to mention him because Ryan, Nate, Kevin. Sion, because they replaced him with Njobu. Sion, T'Chaka's younger brother, he wore it, right? They mentioned him. It's just a mantle. When was Scion created? Oh, 2005. And what comic book did he show up in? Oh, Black Panther, Volume 4, Issue 2. Has he ever had his own story? No. What has Scion mostly been? A side character. Has he ever showed up in animation? Yeah. Reginald Hudlin, BET cartoon, Black Panther cartoon, that was him. I didn't like the way it was written to a degree, because I feel like that's when folks started wanting to do some other stuff. So I low-key retconned that story, and it makes sense. No differently than Turkana dropped the sword to her brother, no differently than Queen Nahanda dropped the sword to Dejada. Scion dropped the sword to T'Challa. I'm not supporting no story where we got a regular person running up on a Black Panther. You give some people a rope, they want to be a cowboy. Cat 4 has the deleted scene of Sam boxing with the sister. I ain't trying to be funny. Different topic. Definitely different topic. But I saw Natasha fight with Tony. And Happy. Well, at the very least, Happy. So, moving right along, Scion. Then after Scion, we get T'Challa, but we know T'Challa came in 1966, quite some time before Scion, right? And then after T'Challa, we get Eric. We get Eric, who showed up in 1973. T'Challa showed up in 1966. Eric showed up in 1973. How many year difference is that? What, 7? 7? But Eric doesn't become the Black Panther until 2000. Tried to join the Avengers. Eric was the Black Panther for like one issue. One. Then you get this next person. I like this one right here, because we don't think about this person. Kevin Cole. '12-issue run. Wasn't in his comic, though. It was in T'Challa's. Kind of like how T'Challa popped up in Matt's book. Yeah, Kevin popped up in T'Challa's book. 12 whole issue. Christopher Priest. We'll be circling the block, spinning the block on Casper Cole in a few. But yeah, Kevin Casper Cole. 12-issue run. 2002. And then it went back to T'Challa. Anybody mention Kevin? Why not? He live in New York. He got a Jewish mother. He got an Asian fiance. That's the mother of his child. They didn't use it. And you don't know he exists. But he was created in 2002. Ain't nobody say nothing to you about it? Why not? They keep saying it's just a mantle. We should know this stuff. That should be easy. They should be able to throw them names out there. In essence, are they validating the mantle or invalidating T'Challa? What's the intent? Is the intent to validate the mantle, or is the intent to invalidate T'Challa? Because if I'm going to validate the mantle, I should be able to speak to it knowledgeably. If I'm not, and the only thing I'm doing is telling you somebody else is warranted, then I'm not really trying to educate you on the mantle as much as I'm trying to dismiss the significance of T'Challa wearing the mantle. So, last but not least, who do we have? She's not even a Black Panther anymore. We're going to spin the block on her too. Shuri, created in 2005, becomes the Black Panther in 2009. That's what that was. So you got all these Black Panthers. And mind you, while Shuri does have a run of her own in her own comic, It's her as the griot. Her run as the Black Panther takes place in T'Challa's book. No differently than T'Challa took over in Hell's Kitchen in Matt's book, Black Panther, Man Without Fear. Yeah, they changed the title and everything. They kept the number going, but they changed the title. Over here, they didn't change the name, nor did they start the numbers over again. She was in T'Challa's book. And who becomes the Black Panther after Shorty? T'Challa. Go figure. Keeping the party rolling. We got questions. Where we at? I just believe at the end of the day, we need to know what they're talking about. And I don't think they're doing comic book fans, anybody a favor if they're not speaking to it the way they should. Just glazing over and saying, oh, it's just a mantle. Okay. How so? If it's just a mantle, who all is warning? And nobody's asking those questions. Nobody's asking those questions. And I find that to be more than ironic. I find that to be deliberate, whether it's because somebody is ducking or somebody doesn't know. But we're going to keep the party rolling, staying right there. Where's Monica Rambeau? Where is Monica Rambeau? And why aren't we asking? I remember I was kind of hyped. She was showing up. This is when I had a relationship with the MCU. She was showing up in the Marvels. And we heard Emergency Awesome, everything, always speculate that Blue Marvel might be showing up because they were in a relationship. So we kind of got hyped at the aspects of that because she was supposed to be bringing a friend in to help solve the problem what was going on with Wanda. We never truly got a grasp on how her powers came about. Her body had already been changed prior to her going through that energy field that Wanda had up there. So that wasn't it. There's this issue, this underlying issue, but you don't know what it is when you see her coming back from being dusted and her mother is gone. That's partly because you don't know the relationship between her mother, and Carol. And there's nobody else there, should have been. Don't know why Frank wasn't there, but I don't want to belabor that point. But her story arc is just beginning. Then you put her in a movie where she has to split time with 3 other characters, not 2, because I'm not just looking at Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers. Nick Fury was there and a host of other characters. So when did we really get her story being developed? Then at the end of the movie, you get the end credit scene where you're thinking you might get something later on. And I'm trying to tell you, as a Black person, I'm tired of waiting on stuff to be developed later on. Well, anyway, you get the impression that her story will be developed at a later date because you see her in the hospital wing of the X-Mansion. Henry McCoy is standing there, and her mom is standing there in Carol Danvers' costume. Then you get this excitement about Doomsday, Avengers, Secret Wars, and folks trying to get you hyped up. You like to be. I don't know why you wouldn't, because honestly, they just released a Captain Marvel, Doctor Doom 2-pack. I want to say, if not last year, 2022, and it had Monica Rambeau in it as Captain Marvel and Victor Von Doom in it in his first Secret Wars armor. It's right there. So she was in the first Secret Wars. They give you this big old drawn out 5-hour thing, director's chairs. Where was Tiana Parris' name at? Why are we not asking? Who ain't reached out to the actress to ask her? I ain't got it like that. But I know damn good and well there's got to be somebody that know about that damn character no differently than we do, that know how to get in contact with, at the very least, her damn agent to ask, hey, are you in these movies? And if she ain't, why not? And why we not asking? Like when you go through your social media feeds, whether we talking Threads, whether we talking Blue Sky, whether we talking Twitter, I'm being petty. I will never call it that. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Whether we talking Twitter, whether we talking Facebook, whether we talking whether we talking YouTube, whether we talking whatever, it's like, is her name trending? No, her name not trending. Why not? Like I'm thinking us as a people, comic book fans. Like, damn it, who gonna look out for Monica Rambeau? Clearly, if we don't look out for Monica Rambeau, no. Where is the all points bulletin from all black content creators in regards to what in the hell is going on where's Monica Rambeau? That's what I want to know. Where's Monica Rambeau, and why we not asking? When folks start trying to get you hyped for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, why they not talk about where Monica Rambeau at? I think that's a fair. Tiana said she didn't know since she hadn't heard anything. Why she hadn't? Monica has been trapped for 516 days to count. See what I'm saying? What you mean she ain't heard? And no, don't send nothing. Don't put nothing in there about, well, they still revealing. She should have been first. Talk about they still revealing. She should have been first. And my question would be, why you not checking for it? That's what my question would be. Why you not checking for it? We gonna move the party on and everything like that. Storm issue 7. Did y'all read Storm issue 7? I read it. You see anything in there? You see anything or anyone in there? Storm issue 7. Did you see anybody? Did you notice anybody in Storm issue 7? I did. I ain't even gonna ask the question. Say, Theo, no, I'm not. You saw him too for a little bit. You saw him in the comic book for as long as Bass was in Thor: Love and Thunder. If you blinked, you missed it. He was there though. I looked real hard. But then it threw me off though. So Theo, why did it throw you off? Okay, so Tony was in his Centurion armor. I don't have a problem with that. I don't. Except for consistency. Tony is in West Coast Avengers wearing his Centurion armor. Over in his own comic book, though, he's wearing a different form of armor. And as it stands in the current issue of Avengers, he's wearing a third, still the Mysterium. He's still wearing his Mysterium set of armor. So I like stuff to flow. I like stuff to flow. I like stuff to flow. Now, mind you, this ain't his first time popping up in a comic. It's the second time. First time he popped up, he had the Mysterium armor on. I'm just trying to figure out, because the West Coast Avengers is still an ongoing monthly. I'm just trying to figure out, because I that's some of the questions I got. Love Shango pulling up. Shango, love that. Susanu pulling up. Hey, I wasn't mad at that at all. I like Susanu pulling up. Yes, Chak pull up. Chak pulled up. Hey, Chak. Silver Surfer. What was the smut? The smut. Comic book review to be coming tomorrow. But I mean, but hey. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna review the comic. That's what I'm gonna do. Review the comic. But I'm gonna review the comic book not from as much as I'm sitting in the seat, in the passenger seat. No, I'm not sitting in the passenger seat. I'm not even sitting in the back of the car. Theo, where you at? I'm at home. I'm observing from a drone flying overhead. Theo, why you describing it like that? Because I want everything to go right. I do. But just in case it doesn't go right, I don't want to be in the car. I don't want to be. I do not want to be in that car. I don't want to be in that car. I don't want to be in the car. I don't. Because I'm nervous. I'm nervous for the driver and anybody else that's a passenger. I'm nervous. I don't want to be in the car. I'm wishing big things. I'm hoping for big things. But no, I don't want to be in the car. No, no. I'm gonna keep up with the questions because I know somebody. If y'all ain't read Storm, if I don't get it. It shouldn't take much to give Monica a good story in live action. No, it shouldn't. Professor, it's the same reason Harris did become president. A powerful black woman triggers fragility. It seemed like that. If Aurora and T'Challa haven't clapped in the cheeks like Akugan, then hey, just saying. So if you read issue 7, I read it. I enjoyed it. Now, truth be told, I did enjoy it. I just, because I know, I listen, I know some of us gonna have questions. and it ain't necessarily the questions that some of us might think folks will have. No, we yeah. What you say, you like the drone idea? Yeah, I'm observing from up ahead. And here's the sad part. I feel like I needed to be in the drone because as long as I was sitting on the passenger seat, I was gonna keep trying to give instruction. Like I was gonna keep trying to be helpful. And don't nobody like no side seat driver. They don't. Don't nobody like no back seat driver. So I'm encouraging, I'm praying, but I'm in the drone. I don't want to. Say, Theo, if I feel like we get ready to go in shark infested waters, I'm not pressed to be in the boat with you. You going? Okay. I'm gonna be back here. I got my binoculars, but I'm not getting in the water with you. I wish you well. I wish you the best of luck. I'm gonna be back here at the shore waiting on you with a cold one and everything like that. Oh man, that's what's up. But I'm not going out there with you. I'm not doing that. So I hope we get that analogy and everything like that. I'm just not going out there. I'm not going out there. I'm gonna appreciate it from afar. All right, keeping the party rolling. Do we want to do view discussions? Yes, let's do some view discussions. Let's catch up on Akugan. All three issues. I did speak to Mr. Ayadele. He said maybe sometime in June we'll be getting Akugan, Revenge of the Gods. I'm here for that. Theo, I jumped out the car. My dog say he coming back with Akugan, Revenge of the Gods, and I'm here to tell you, I'm here for it. If you ain't read issues 1 through 3, at the very least, checked out the comic book reviews, you missing something. You missing something. I said that to say this. However you feel about what he got going on in Storm, this something different. This something different. So if you happy about what he doing in Storm, this something different. This something different. If you mad about what he doing in Storm, I like this right here. I like this right here. You know what? I'm sitting in the passenger seat. Like I needed room. When he pulled up in his car, he said, Theo, you getting in? Hell yeah. It had Akugan on the license plate. Hell yeah, I'm in the car. Let's go. I wasn't even trying to get out. I enjoyed every damn thing. I did. You see how trepidatious I am with Storm, but you see how I start oohing and ogling, giggling like a little boy at school? Yes. Akugan did for me what I needed it to do. It crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's. It did. Made me feel good. Made me feel good as a black man. Made me feel good as an African warrior. Yes, it did. Made me feel like I could go out there and punch down a damn tree, even though I know no. But yes, go get you some of that. Go get you some of that. Yes, I'm hyping up the book. You ain't doing me a favor buying the book. You're gonna be doing yourself a favor. You're not doing me a favor. I read it already. I'm good. And regardless of how I feel about Storm, this something different. Theo, you keep saying it's something different because it is. First of all, everybody and their mama in that damn book black. I say everybody and their mama in that damn book black. The black man is acting like a black man. He is respectful. I don't want people. Oh, so he making it. No. He's not belittling the black woman. That ain't what I mean. What I mean is he ain't doing what we've seen him do with other stuff that I don't too particularly care for. No, he being him. And Akugan, you know how you watch Black Panther, the first movie? You remember how you remember how Zemo was responsible indirectly, but for T'Chaka being deleted. Remember that? You remember that? And you remember how at the end of the movie, you know how you felt when T'Challa said the living are not done with you yet? Well, as far as Akugan is concerned, that's a damn lie. The living are done with you. Akugan ran the fade on everybody and their mama in issue 3. Everybody and their mama. Everybody and their mama got the smoke in issue 3. Everybody got the smoke in issue 3. If you were just a regular soldier, you got the smoke. If you was the high priestess, you got the smoke. Hell, if you was the god of metal, you got the smoke. In essence, my dog was pissed off about what happened in issue 2 when they deleted his whole damn family. Mama, daddy, fiance, Oh, everybody had to get it. Everybody. Everybody had to get that smoke. Everybody, listen, go get that. FF53 for T'Chaka. Appreciate that. Theo jumped out the car. Appreciate that. My big brother Daryl in the building. Yeah, so go get you. Go. You see. You know when we clap. You know we go get that. Go get that. Also, what else? Icon versus hardware. Okay, makes sense now. And Theo, what you mean? Well, we get to wrap up the conclusion. Icon versus hardware worlds collide. They take on the Brainiac bot. Did y'all know that Icon and hardware didn't get along like this? I didn't know they didn't get along like that. I didn't. I had no idea. But we now know why Rocket and Icon ain't kicking the bobo like that no more. Now we know. Would love to have, and I would like to see knowing no. I want to make sure I say this right. So, with the way Worlds Collide Icon versus Hardware Worlds Collide issue 5 ended, Raquel is now a member of the Love Corps. And then, of course, we have the beautiful work given to us by Joseph Illich. Milestone Comics presents the Shadow Cabinet and everything like that. I would like to see some more of the Love Corps in a Milestone comic at some point going forward. I think that's as much as Mr. Illich left us with some stuff to take in a brand new direction for Milestone Comics and everything like that. I think Rocket being a member of the Love Corps is definitely something we could take a look at, expand, at the very least, address, touch on, and everything like that. Y'all know me. I don't like stuff just being left out there and at the very least not being addressed. We got Zamara, and then we got Lil Bit. Lil Bit doesn't have anything with her besides her alias and her powers and abilities and everything like that. So it's one thing to and I don't even want to say it like that. I think when you bring in a character that plays a role, a hero or a villain, if you're gonna be one and done with them, then you're one and done, and that needs to be written out to a way that the reader can interpret as that it's one and done. But if you leave something laying out there where the sense is that the reader would see these characters pop up again in some shape or fashion, I would like to see that again. To me, that's one of the things that writers could do better. So I definitely want to see a little bit. They are in Switzerland right now. That's where they're headquartered at. I'm not thinking the Love Corps is just limited to the Zamara in a little bit, right? So I definitely wouldn't mind getting some more of that. Keep up with these notes while I'm doing that. Hey, gotta run that fade. Ayo gotta run that fade. Yeah. Got to run that fade. If Roy had told T'Challa to look. And what y'all say? Ayo gotta run that fade. So keeping up with what we got going on and everything like that. Once again, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all didn't have to, but y'all did. So thank you so much. Keeping the party rolling. My brother Daryl has Action Figure Tuesday. More wings and things and everything like that. I hope you did check out that video. What else we got? Static Shadows of Dakota. Yeah, Static Shadows of Dakota issue 6. So my first introduction to Static was the comic book. Just back in the day, Milestone, when it first came out. But I think it's safe to say the most popular rendition of Virgil would be the cartoon, right? Right. And in that cartoon, we did get Evan. And we got his brother, right? Brother could do all that stretching and stuff. Brother that could stretch. He's a little bit of an asshole, right? A little bit of an asshole. No, he's a captive, young kid too. So we really don't get to see him. But what we really get to see is some expose into Evan. They had this story over there in DC with Batman talking about one bad day. God damn. Your dad get taken out by corrupt cops. Your mom passes away from cancer. Then your brother, your younger brother, gets kidnapped and tortured. Oh yeah, you mad? Everybody can get it. Oh no, I get it. Everybody can get it. Everybody getting the smoke. I ain't trying to talk to nobody. I'm done talking. Oh yeah. So to get that backstory on Eben, as Grandma Taro's been saying, this series is very much an intense series and everything like that. Great work. I want to thank Ayala. Make sure I get the Draper Ivy. Yeah, Nicholas Draper Ivy. He's given us some intense storytelling with Static Shadows of Dakota. Great backstory on Eben. I don't think I would ever look at Eben the same way. He's not just a villain. I would like to see him come back as a anti-hero at the least and everything like that. But yeah, that issue 5 is intense. Virgil is able to break through to Eben, and they teaming up for issue 6. So I'm looking forward to it. Going to go free his brother. So yeah, actually I've already read it. I just got to bring it to us. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope y'all enjoying it so far. Static Shadows of Dakota, great run if you haven't picked it back up. Mantle is cold for we don't give a fuck. Y'all school them up, bro. Hey man, I'm doing the best I can, big dog. I'm doing the best I can, big bro. The best I can. So yeah, if you have not picked, it should be available in paperback, trade paperback. So it's something that I would definitely recommend getting. It's an intense story though. I'm just telling you, it's an intense story. What else we got? Moving right along, we got Black Panther, Man Without Fear. Issue 519 brought to us by David Liss. T'Challa is still in Hell's Kitchen, about to go get these absolute Green Lanterns and best of the best video. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, you got to handle that. Like I said, me and my brother hit me up today and everything like that. We try and be there in each other's lives to show as much support as we can, but he got stuff he got to do. I got stuff I got to do, and that's on our own video channels. And then we got families outside of that. So, bro, go handle your business. I appreciate you pulling up. So we have Black Panther, Man Without Fear, issue 519 by David Liss. T'Challa, as I said, is still in Hell's Kitchen. We open up that story. It's ironic because you got Aurora hitting up T'Challa. She's in Wakanda. What might she be doing in Wakanda? She's the queen. Now I asked myself some questions, and I don't know. But was it that X-Men editorial felt like they couldn't use her because she was married to T'Challa? Why not? So you mean tell me the whole time he was in Hell's Kitchen, there were no X-Men stories involving Aurora? Just because, so you couldn't give no stories, no X-Men stories every now and then of Aurora in Wakanda with Gentle. You just hands off. She with the black character. We no. Because David Lynch wasn't using her. Jonathan Mayberry did find a way to use her over in Shorty's 5-issue run, Claws of the Panther. But David Lynch not using her. And T'Challa didn't have his own comic. So is it that we felt like we couldn't use because I want to make sure I'm saying, so if she was sidelined, who sidelined her? If she wasn't doing anything in comic books the whole time T'Challa was in Hell's Kitchen, is that T'Challa's fault or is that the damn editorial department's fault? Just things that make you go, just things that make you go, That's all. But aside from that, we get there because I really was like, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Anyway, T'Challa is letting Aurora know, as tired as he is, he got it. He gonna handle it because he being stubborn. We get Dr. Holman, Vlad's private physician. Is it possible to do what she did in hospitals? To have your own experiments going on at hospitals that big? Like it ain't security on every floor. And she just doing her own damn thing, making her own anti-men down there and everything like that. Okay. See that? See, that's just another reason why I don't need to be going to no hospital. Racism over at the X-Men. I'm just asking so I don't get fined. That's all. I'm just asking so I don't get fined. So she down there with anti-men and everything like that. Don't know what she got going on. But she's down there experimenting on stuff. T'Challa pull up. He didn't track her down. He pull up. But Kraven is on the prowl. Now, this is Kraven. This is a non-powered T'Challa. Still got to talk to Jonathan Mayberry about that. Big John. Anytime. I'm just, who is the name of this unknown Panther God? And did they ever take the abilities away? Because if you leaving it to me, I'm going to have to name the Panther God, get with the Panther Council of Wakanda, get with them, name the Panther God, and then make a decision as to whether or not he still had his ability. Because I'm sitting up here saying, so he felt like he had to tranquilize T'Challa? Not one dart, 4 when it's all said and told. Like when it's all said and done, it's 4 darts he done hit my dog with. That's a big ass rhino, ain't it? Anyway, Kraven going through this thing. He can't die. He's immortal. He don't want to be immortal. He want to die. So Dr. Holman tells him she can help him out if he do 2 things for her. First, find Brian. That was the young man she was experimenting on to copy Vlad's abilities and eliminate T'Challa for her. Well, after Kraven hit T'Challa with dart number 4, damn dog, like, see, I'm of the mindset you only need that much because he's not all the way, not Mr. Mayberry. Mr. Mayberry, if you could just please come talk to me. But anyway, it ain't looking too good for our boy T'Challa. And what happens? Right when you think he was Aurora to the rescue. I'm waiting to see how Aurora, well, those who are against T'Challa and Aurora spin that one, because those who are pro-Aurora but against T'Challa, they always say that Aurora is written in a negative light, doing something she ain't got no business doing. T'Challa always belittling her. Well, that's crazy as hell, because that ain't what happened over here. That ain't actually, she called him like this. One arm caught him. That's a strong ass woman. Okay, what you said. Buddy falling there, she just catch it. I got you. Yeah, I like that right there. She went to go see by her man, especially the basement level. Yes, racism, especially the base. Yes, the big Kamoyo saying, yeah, they got it. Like, oh, okay. Well, I need to stay away from hospitals. Then that's what you just told me. So that said, this is actually the part of the show that I am looking forward to myself. For those that are still here, I think you're going to enjoy it. For those that left, aside from my brother, because he already know how to do this stuff, you missed it. You missed it. This is the action figure part of our show. This is the action figure part of our show. And this is for those of us who want to customize action figures that look like us. What we're going to do right now, this moment in time, how long we been at this thing real quick? 2 hours and 6 minutes. All right. What we're going to do right now is go over the action figures that I have customized. What I'm going to do is tell you where I got it from and basically give you some ideas on how you might look at customizing your action figures at home. Now, this is for the low. What do I mean when I say for the low? What I mean when I say that, it don't cost that much. A lot of the action figures that I use to customize, they're not your standard Hasbro Marvel Legend price. Of course, with tariffs, we don't know what that's going to be. All right, so first up, and we just go so we can go ahead and get them all out of the way. This is my customized White Wolf. Now, this is a Hatut Zadaze body. That's what that is. All I did was use the paint pens that my lovely wife provided me with. And we know these accents right here that are black, they started out a bluish silver color. So we paint over those. The belt, because I just wanted to break up the white. The belt came from a Valorverse action figure. In essence, keep up with your accessories. I did not have to buy another Valorverse action figure. I just rated one. The collar, Mr. Ray Smith provided the collar. Now, the collar, Mr. Ray Smith painted his collar on his action figure. Because I wanted to keep the white broken up, I decided to keep the collar the gray color. The head sculpt is probably the most expensive piece on this because it was $20. It came from China, which means I had to wait. But I wanted a very specific head sculpt. Now, when you're customizing your action figures, don't worry about what the next person is doing. It's what you're doing. It needs to be where when you finish customizing the action figure, whether it's a simple kit bash or whether you had to do some serious painting like what my brother Daryl and what Mr. Smith do, the action figure needs to, at the very least, be recognizable to you for who it represents. This represents Hunter. I believe that if I was to take this figure and display it, while there may be some that ask who the figure is, if I say that's Hunter, should make sense. So, another action figure that's a personal favorite of mine, something I looked at, especially when you take into consideration the run by Ta-Nehisi Coates when T'Challa went and brought Shuri back from the Dajaya. He had Eden Fessy with him, Manifold. So I always wanted that action figure. Of course, you have to be mindful when you're us that you might not get that action figure. Unless we're talking WWE, Mattel, by and large, they not checking for us. So you got to check for yourself. Well, this is the action figure that I have to represent Eden Fessy. Now, this action figure started out as a Jazzwares Fortnite action figure. if you remember, if you played Fortnite, the video game, the character with the pumpkin head and everything like that, that is this character. The reason why I collected it was because I wanted that Eden Fessy X-Force sword look. That was the Eden Fessy look that I wanted. The goggles were easy. I have a whole bunch of Cobra Vipers. We just took the goggles and applied it to the character. So that's what we got for our Eden Fessy. We got the staff right here, the bow staff. Now, I know some might have questions. Okay, Theo, where did you get the head sculpt? The head sculpt is from Power Rangers SPD. It's the Red Ranger. Shout out to Diana Dotto, Weapon Hex Customs. When I was looking at creating, customizing action figures, my own, to have representation in my home, what she said to me is if you want action figures of younger Black characters, Power Rangers is the way to go. At some point, I do intend to do a video where I have all of my Power Rangers action figures. I have collected every Black Power Ranger they released. So we have that. So that is my Eden Fessy Manifold. Another action figure. And yes, a lot of this is Black Panther inspired, by the way. I wanted to have a Kevin Cole, Casper Cole, action figure. I wanted that. I wanted that representation. Trying to figure out how to get it. When you are collecting action figures enough, you get a feeling for how the company moves, and so I've gotten a feeling for how Hasbro moves in relation to us as a people. By and large, our most popular action figures are what? Black Panther, Storm, Luke Cage. All right. So not probably going to get a Casper Cole action figure because the character don't even have a code name in the comic book. Can we just call him the Cold Tiger? Can we do that? Anyway, I wanted that action figure in my home. I was trying to figure out how I was going to go about doing it. And there are times you will have action figures in your home and you bought them because they look nice, but you might not necessarily be feeling the character like that. You bought the action figure more so for how the action figure looked than the figure it represents, the character it represents. Well, there was an action figure that I bought, tremendous looking action figure. Love the way that it looked. And the character actually pulled up in Captain America 4. Yeah, that would be the dude that got killed, Demolition Man. Well, Hasbro Marvel Legends did create a Demolition Man action figure, but it wasn't the Demolition Man costume that if you rock with me like I'm rocking with you and we go way back, the Wolverine, the half Wolverine, half Daredevil costume and everything like that. Yeah, that's not what they gave us. They gave us something more functional, which was this. Now, aside from the head sculpt, which is completely different, I said, wait, that's a nice body for a Casper Cole Cold Tiger. All I did was, and y'all appreciate this, we take said head sculpt from this Hattusaraze, paint it, put it on this action figure, and we have, it makes sense because you see the gray accents on it. We have our very own Cold Tiger at home. At the House Customs. at the House Customs. What else do we have? Shout out to Artman Customs. If you know us growers, sharing is caring. Shout out to my brother Big Chad, because Chad put me on to Artman Customs. Like I said, that's a young brother over there, I believe in California, making it do what it do, customizing action figures. Big Chad has sent me a picture of someone who had a display, beautiful display, but it's one of them folks who, I like folks you can ask questions to. You're not necessarily trying to do what they're doing. You're not trying to copy it one for one, but you want to know where they got something so you can do something similar. I like folks like that because that's how I am. That's how I get down. Sharing is caring. Well, let me help you get what I got. The person had a beautiful display. Can't think of the floorboarding that they had. I asked them about the floorboarding. They ain't want to answer. I said, okay. But my brother Chad put me in contact with Art Man Custom. First thing we got to do is give props out to the fact he did an incredible job with the head sculpt. How much is going to cost me? Hey, it's going to cost this. The head sculpt that we're speaking of is the Queen Mother Ramunda head sculpt. Now, Art Man has done this in more than just black. He's got it in red. He's got it in white. I'm pretty sure you could get it in whatever color you wanted it and everything like that. He's the one that's painting it, but he did this entire head sculpt, and this brother is talented. Now, this would be the Okoye body from the Black Panther 2 movie. That would be the Okoye body. Now, I bought that Okoye body because it was different than the Okoye Build-A-Figure. And when we're looking at setting up our displays, especially our Wakanda displays, then you want to have as many figures that are going to fit in as possible. That's what that is. I bought that Nakia in the green suit. So it is what it is. Now, this next figure that I'm going to show us is my pride and joy. And I'm going to give us the secret sauce to how to do it. And if I did it, you can do it. This is the secret sauce. When it comes to my action figure collection, this is the action figure that I am the most proudest of. It is the Griot Shorty, the representation of the Griot Shorty. And what I did was I took the head sculpt from a Storm action figure. This would be the Storm action figure that has on the costume in her first appearance in Giant Size X-Men. Yes, that figure comes with 2 different head sculpts. So I got that head sculpt and I painted the tiara. Now, the body is a Dora Milaje body. Not to be confused with any old Dora Milaje body. No. And the reason for that is I use Nakia's Dora Milaje body. Why Nakia? Well, when you look at Nakia, because the other Doors, they did 2 generations of Doors. The first generation of Doors, they would have like a little stripe on their pants. And that's not something that you want because you would have to paint over it. Well, you get the Nakia, and all you do is just paint it one solid color, black. So the staff, that's a Moon Knight staff. Got 2 different Moon Knight action figures. The body is a Nakia body. She does have the sash in the back. That comes from the Rogue Pyro 2-pack. I got Pyro. That version of Rogue, I ain't necessarily proud. She'll probably be turning into something else. She will be. But for the intent and purposes of having my Griot Shorty, that was the reason for this. This is a action figure that this is the action figure that I'm most proud of right here. Now, if you are collecting action figures, I can't think of one action figure collector that doesn't have a version of themselves as an action figure at the house. Well, I wasn't gonna do. I needed me, and there's the only course we see now. It's more than one. Anyway, the closest version I could come to me, when they dropped the action figure, was the Eric Killmonger action figure in his tactical uniform. That was the closest head sculpt I could come to me. That Hasbro wasn't doing a good enough job, and if you think about when they were doing the selfie heads, they stopped because they weren't getting it right. Right. So what I did was this. Figured I add a little gray to the beard, a little gray to the hair. And by and large, we got me. I'm a huge fan of Steve's stealth uniform. The comics and the MCU, being a Marine, having the stripe on the side, as far as I'm concerned, that's the blood stripe. So yeah, this would be the version of Mini-Me. And all it really was a simple head swap. That's all it was. Head swap, a little bit of paint, add some gray where you need to add the gray to. You make it do what it do. Now, sometimes when it comes to customizing action figures, you don't have to do anything. What do you mean? Sometimes you look at the figure and be like, oh, well, that's him right now. So, once again, in acknowledgement of Jonathan Mayberry, he did the Power story arc featuring Shuri, and then he did Claws of the Panther. Well, there was a side character, and I don't know who the side character was modeled after. We'll have to ask Jonathan Mayberry, but it was Shuri's man in the sky, Flea, and Flea was whimsical. He was sarcastic. Dude had a sense of humor, and he had a crush on Shuri. Well, I like Flea. I like him as a character. Wouldn't mind having him as a character. Well, it just so happens a toy company made an action figure that by and large, when you look at it, is Flea, and you don't have to do anything other than say, that's Flea. And if Jonathan Mayberry were here right now, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. That's Flea. So, shout out to Bobby Valor. This is Flea. Now, this would be the Arctic Brigade Steel Troop, or Arctic Steel Brigade Trooper. Yeah, I think I said it in the right order. And so, this is what you got. You don't have to do anything. That's Flea. You ain't got to touch nothing. That's Flea. You don't have to touch nothing. You don't have to paint nothing. You don't have, no, that's Flea. And if you read them comics, you know what I'm talking about. Now, representation. We talk about that. Representation. Now, I want to customize this character way before somebody said something about the characters not being viable. I just knew when they said, now I was thinking Hasbro was going to look out. I was thinking Hasbro was going to look out. I was. Because we ain't got the dude Furnace, the dude with the hole in his chest. Hasbro had given us him. Then they had given us Monet. I said, all right, we cooking. We got some. We got Monet. Okay. Then Tom Brevoort made his statement. And when Tom Brevoort made his statement, I said, well, okay, well, this character ain't going to show up in the comics for a minute. And if the character ain't going to show up in the comics, there's really no reason for us to give us the action figure. I've been waiting long enough. I've been waiting long enough. Now, if you want to make your own action figures at the house, start off by finding body sculpts that don't cost that much money. It don't matter what action figure it come from. If the body sculpt matches what you're thinking and it don't cost anything, you get like $5-10, bust a move. Bust a move. So what did I do? I wanted my own version of Sync. I wanted my own version of Sync. I knew I wasn't going to get him, but because I hollered at Diana Dotto like 3 years ago, she told me what to do. I didn't miss a beat. Well, I knew I wasn't going to get Sync. But did I have a head sculpt that could get me Sync? Yes, I did. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the Green Ranger. Yes, I bought the Power Ranger, I already had him with the intent and purpose, the explicit purpose. I was going to use him as a head sculpt. I just needed to find the right body. Well, this is a Deadpool body. I don't know if y'all can tell that. This is the Power Ranger, Green Power Ranger from Lost Galaxy. And this would be my sink. Hasbro ain't got to give him to us. We got him at the house custom. Now, here's the benefit to having that Deadpool. Because I know what I said. I meant what I said. I said what I meant. But there's a benefit to having that Deadpool. First and foremost, Buddy wants to smoke. But Buddy wants to smoke. Let me just say that. But Buddy wants to smoke. Yeah, Buddy came with two of them things. I don't know why he would need two of them, but he came with two of them. Then he came with that pow thing. Like, and he like for whatever reason, he needed another one. On like, then we got this. This was on his back. Yeah, I took all that off. Then of course we got the Deadpool head sculpt. But no, Buddy was strapped up shorty. But Buddy was strapped up shorty. So the good thing is, if I want to use those accessories for something else, I can. But yeah, I got my own sink. One of them characters that folks tell you, don't ever tell me no stuff like that. Don't tell me I ain't relevant, and don't tell me to do it myself. Don't ever. I'm not the one for that to be told to. No. I'm not the one. Speaking of which, another one, Miss Diana Dotto said, hey, you probably want to dye the hair black and everything. We got Prodigy. He was over there in NYX, right? They really ain't do my dog right at all. Well, we saw him over there in Dead X-Men, and like Sync, he was supposed to be a part of the new X-Men until Nimrod came down and tore up the whole house. Yeah, that's what it is. Well, once again, not the red one. Not the red Deadpool body. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. If you ain't already got Deadpool in red, I don't know what to tell you. But Deadpool in alternative costumes, that's an easy kit bash to get the character that you want. Well, I wanted Prodigy. I did. And I was struggling. That's what I said, struggling. I was struggling trying to figure out which body I was going to get for Prodigy. Finally just thought about it. Just got down into it and thought about that thing real hard. I said, that'll work right there. That'll work right there. I said, you know what? And you got head sculpt. Now, I might change the head sculpt over to the Power Ranger from Power Rangers Beast Morphers. I might. But for right now, I got this. And I know y'all like, Theo, wait, who is that? I know. It's Zach. Remember when Zach had locks? I know y'all like, Theo, that ain't dark enough to be Zach. I didn't design this head sculpt either, and I damn sure didn't paint it. Had I painted it, it'd have been darker. But no, this is the Zach head sculpt from Power Rangers. I may paint the locks black. I'm debating on that. If we're asking why he has two swords in the back. Well, let's think about this thing for a second. Do we know Prodigy's power set? So if Prodigy's watched Logan fight and he's watched Psylocke fight, then he's pretty adept with fighting with swords, right? Thus, you would think twice before you ran up on him. So that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. I got this. I think that's an appropriate body. I know some folks say, hey, Theo, he kind of swole to be Prodigy. And like you said something. Keeping the party rolling. Where are my Falcon and the Winter Soldier fans at? I know I got some Falcon and the Winter Soldier fans here in the house. I know I do. I got some Falcon and the Winter Soldier stuff you might enjoy. Yeah, I got some Falcon and the Winter Soldier stuff you might enjoy. And we speaking specifically of the brothers. We speaking specifically for the brothers of the brothers. Yeah. I did not like the way Lamar Hoskins got treated in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I did. I was very much in my feelings. I was. And to the best of my knowledge, I don't think we've gotten a Lamar Hoskins action figure. I don't. And I'm looking at it like this. Now, this is easy now. This is easy. I'm looking at it like this. I got my sons watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I got my boys watching. Dad is a superhero fan. Dad a comic book fan. Dad a Captain America fan. And Dad got his boys right there with him. And I show him Isaiah. Then I show him Elijah. Don't nobody mention Josiah, so I can't mention him. Can't show him Josiah. But then we got Lamar Hoskins. And then we don't have Lamar Hoskins. And then we do have Lamar Hoskins. Yes, we wasn't going out like that. We was mad. We was mad. We was in our feelings. We was in our feelings. That's what that was. So this is the Civil Warrior Captain America action figure from the Gamerverse. That's what this is. This is a James Rhodes head sculpt. That's what that is. James Rhodes head sculpt. So we got that. And yeah, we just painted this. This is similar to his look in the comics. We just painted this chest plate from blue to red. So we want to make sure we had our we had our Battlestar action figure. Once again, inspired by the comics. Definitely inspired by the character being deleted in the comics. So, what else do we have in regards to another Falcon and a Winter Soldier inspired action figure? Well, Elijah was in the story. He was in that series, but he did not show up in the movie. But we do want Elijah Bradley. We want Elijah Bradley in our action figure collection. We do. Well, this is how you go about getting you an Elijah Bradley action figure in your collection. Shout out once again, Valorverse, Bobby Valor put out a series of head sculpts that you could purchase. So I bought this head sculpt, painted the lens on the goggles red, because if you're familiar with Elijah Bradley in the comic books, mostly he has a bald head. This is true. His pants are white. He has a domino mask. He did have a blue mask at one point in time that did have the red domino mask painted over it. So yeah, and this would actually be the action figure from the brand new Captain America movie. I know. Got that. And because action figure collectors interact with each other, send each other stuff, This shield comes to me by way of Mr. Ray Smith. And if you remember Elijah Bradley in the comics, the shield that he was using had 3 stars to them. So here we got that. And then almost last but not least, I think Kamoyo likes this one. We wanted to make sure we had our Rayshawn Lucas action figure. That's the one that uses the glider. He would be the second Patriot. I decided to call him Sentinel. Don't like repurposing names. We went with this. This would be the Sam Wilson action figure from the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. This would be a Citizen V head sculpt. We just put that on. Citizen V. And we just painted some accents. So I didn't like the silver. Silver was getting on my nerves. I didn't like that. But we have a different action figure. This Captain America action figure will be using the wings that came along with this action figure, along with this shield. Not much. Not much. And when I say not much, all of these action figures were old. I already had them. What I did not necessarily have was the direction or where I was going to go in regards to the action figures. We got that. Last but not least, we're going to get on up out of here after this. Endgame. I got a question for those that stuck around too. Endgame. Because Endgame made me think about it. Endgame, we finally got to see James Rhodes in the armor, right? The big armor, US, but we did not see a driver. So what I mean when I say that is because I got the War Machine US agent armor, not US agent armor. Y'all know what I mean. But I have that War Machine armor. But who's inside the armor though? And I'm like, well, you know what? I need me somebody inside the armor, you know, when they're not in the armor. Like I need to be able to have a character walk around. Shout out to Hasbro. I still feel like even though this is a T'Challa head sculpt, this is Reggae Jean Page's head sculpt. Y'all didn't do a good enough. This action figure right here. Y'all not telling me that don't look like Reggae Jean Page. But yeah, this is my driver of the Iron Patriot armor. Yeah. Yeah, Theo, what's his name? Jason? You're not going to tell his last name? No. If Jason watching, Jason know who that is. I got a question for y'all, though. We about to get on up out of here, but I got a question. How many times in the MCU, how many movies did T'Challa show up in the MCU? That's the first question. How many movies did T'Challa show up in the MCU? And how many movies did he do something that was superheroic? But Theo, when you say superhero, what do you mean? What I mean is how many times did T'Challa save the world? I'm gonna get on up out of here, but I want us to think about something. If we're being fair, and Gray mentioned it the other day, if we're being fair, the only time T'Challa did something that was like to save the world was in them 2 Avengers movies. Hell, Shorty too. Like ain't nan one of them. No, they didn't save the day. You got a fight between cousins and a fight between royal families, members of a royal family who were making goo goo gaga eyes at each other at one point in time during the movie. This is what you got. That's it. I'm out. I'm gonna keep up with these notes and I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all so much for pulling up. I really do. Y'all could have been anywhere else. Y'all did not have to pull up. That said, we out. Hit the like button, please, if you could. Thank you. And think about it. Remember it going forward. When you're looking at action figures to collect, customize, and everything like that, the action figure ain't got to cost a lot of money. It don't. You just need to have the vision. You need to see it for what it could be as opposed to what it is. That said, we out. Till next time. In the meantime, in between time, in memory of the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and soul. We out.